everyone. Today we have an interesting testimonial format video for you. We're joined by Sitati Wasilwa, my colleague, and I'm Uday Bakshi. So to kick this off, Sitati, could you please tell us where you are and then maybe get into a little bit of your background?
Many thanks, Uday, for having me on this testimonial. As you have clearly introduced my name, I am Sitati Wasilwa, a Kenyan citizen and currently based in the capital in Nairobi.
Right.
In terms of my background, academically, I have a background in economics and sociology, having enrolled and studied at two local universities here,
Yep.
Egerton University and the University of Nairobi.
Yep.
But prior to joining APAC Assistance on the 1st of December 2021, I worked as a multidisciplinary consultant for around 5 years. And in that process, I consulted for, local, regional, and international organizations, companies, and think tanks on a range of disciplines, including geopolitical analysis, geoeconomics, public policy research, and
Yeah.
analysis, as well as project management. And one other interesting fact is regarding my background. Before I joined APAC Assistance, I also took up on a number of volunteer roles and responsibilities by leading multiple change initiatives in local communities in Nairobi, which was also an eventful experience with it.
Could you actually, that's very interesting, detail a little bit more about that, if it's possible?
Yeah, first of all, of course, my primary interest is in geopolitics,
Yeah.
and I must say that I have always been fascinated by politics since I was a kid. So I have this natural liking for politics, whether it's local, regional, global politics.
Yep.
And obviously, my interests go beyond merely liking politics, given the fact that I've always desired to conduct research, to understand the social and economic dimensions of politics,
Yeah.
and thereafter carry over these understandings to help other people and entities to comprehend, the dynamics which influence politics in a very diverse way, Uday.
Right. Yeah, that's very interesting because we have quite diverse team, for lack of better
Yeah,
word, people across Asia Pacific and Europe and the Middle East, Europe,
yeah,
Africa. So, it's interesting to hear, the different kind of backgrounds and experiences that everyone has, because it really is a
absolutely.
wide variety of different things.
Yeah.
Just a question before we move on to your role at APAC and what you do.
Mhm.
Do you have any personal ambitions in politics?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question, Uday, I have to say.
Because it sounds like you're quite passionate about it, right? So,
Yeah, absolutely. I'm extremely passionate about politics, and without any fear of contradiction whatsoever, I have to say that I have some really, really strong ambitions in politics, perhaps in the later years to come.
right.
So you could be privileged to, you know, uh,
Talking
having
to a
known these
president or prime minister
sentiments.
at the moment.
Yeah, so I'll only be a phone call away, Uday, from you.
Appreciate that, Tati, and I'll definitely vote for you. But moving
Yeah.
on,
Hmm.
so Sitati, you're a
Yeah.
manager at Asia Pacific, sorry, not Asia, at APAC Assistance.
Yep.
Um, I mean that can you explain what that role entails? Because you do a lot of different functions and you handle a lot of different responsibilities. So could you tell
Yeah.
us a bit about your role and the responsibilities that you have
Mhm.
client-wise also?
Yeah, my current role is interesting, and as you have pointed out rightly, it is quite diverse. But before mentioning my role as an information services manager primarily, I think it'll also be important for me to highlight the fact that I joined APAC Assistance back then in 2021 as a
Yep. Yep.
geopolitical analyst, and then got promoted to a manager in 2 years. And I definitely attribute this not just to my discipline, but also effective mentorship by, the APAC Assistant Director and senior managers, including yourself, Uday. So obviously, there's an appreciation for the role that you played on this. But as far as my current role is concerned, primarily I coordinate the production of analytical reports and special risk assessments across Europe, Middle East, and Africa for our clients.
Yep.
And I also help in coordinating the production of a few analytical reports on the Asia Pacific side of the company, particularly on Timor-Leste, which I have always found it quite interesting. Further to that, I also assist in operations, and to wind up to conclude what my other responsibilities entail, I help to coordinate weekend production and also audio discussions for the entire team. Uday, back to you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Sitati. That was quite comprehensive. Just I guess a last question to kind of close this out is, what do you think are, some of the more important things you've learned in, serving clients or MNCs with operations across the globe in, high risk areas? Maybe a couple of points here or there that, you picked up or that you like about doing it, or,
Yeah, Uday, that's a very, very good question, I must admit. The key lessons that I've learned, obviously, the first one is that it's always important to understand the client's needs, and this helps, to come up with, let's say, advice, to help them make decisions which resound accordingly with, the specific risks that they are exposed to in the different operational areas. And another important thing is, timely response to the client's needs, which is also really, really essential in helping them to make, the operational risk management decisions, which is important. And finally, I mean, it's always critical that we as a team or as a company always reach out to, find out whether the clients are satisfied or not. And I think our record as a company is robust, and that attributes to the fact that APAC Assistance provides, round the clock support to different clients. I mean, across the Asia Pacific region, across Europe, Middle East, and Africa, which is really, really important.
Yeah, that's a great answer, Sitati. And I mean, for that matter, the feedback that we have gotten for clients, especially for the EMEA region, that's largely because of the work that you've done. And your track record on operational tasks is also unmatched. So, you're one of the key managers here, and you do a wide variety of tasks, and appreciate it. So thanks a lot, Sitati, for talking a bit about yourself and about APAC Assistance and your future political ambitions. This was really interesting. Have a good weekend, and have a good weekend, everyone. And we'll catch you next week.
Thank you.